got a good record as an instructional assistant, don't I?
You have absolutely first-rate evaluations. What's wrong, Heather?
This is hard to talk about. You're the first person outside my family that I've told. I have multiple sclerosis.
I'm so sorry.
Last week, I went for a walk with Ted and the kids down by the river. We went about a mile or so down. Suddenly my legs went all weak. They practically had to carry me back.
How are you now?
I feel completely fine. This is a crazy disease.
Do they know what's going to happen next?
The next time, I likely won't regain full use of my legs.
Oh.
What's worse is, after the next attack, it'll happen more often. Might be in a wheelchair in 3 or 4 years.
That's awful.
Or not. But I have to start thinking about it. I came to you because we've known each other a long time.
Yes.
I just thought maybe we could come up with some ideas about how this could work. Ever since I found out, I've been thinking about how I'm going to get up to my lab, all those stairs.
Right. Oh, this stupid old building, eh? No elevator. We all hate it.
So, maybe we could move the lab downstairs.
Oh, Heather. I don't know what to say. You know what that's going to cost?
Less than putting in an elevator.
We just had our budget cut again this year. We can't fund our core needs. Rewiring a lab, I was
hoping for more sympathy from you.
I sympathize. I just don't see how we could do this.
Okay. I'll just go.
Wait. There's another instructional assistant job just posted, and it's still with the computer program.
Madge's old job?
With your record and seniority, I'm sure you'd get it.
It's at the Meadowvale campus.
Yes, but it's at the same job level, and that building's new, totally accessible.
That job's completely different. There's no contact with the students.
I'm trying to help.
I'm going to go now.
Heather, I'm sorry.
So am I. This is really hard because I think Martha is trying to help.
Has she actually told you that you're going to have to leave?
Well, she did send me a note with the job posting, but no, she hasn't put anything in writing.
Okay, I need to call Beryl, the local's president.
Does she need to get involved already?
Well, normally I wouldn't call her in so early, but I don't know a lot about duty to accommodate.
What's that?
There's a lot of talk about the need for the workplace to be accessible, and your case is clearly headed in that direction. I need some advice about a possible grievance.
But this doesn't mean I have to act against Martha, does it?
Look, I know Martha is your friend, but she also represents the college. Think about a grievance as just a way to sort out a disagreement using a clear set of rules. It should help everyone.
All right.
What I'd like to do is use our grievance fact sheet. I need to get down all the information.
How many people are going to see this?
I promise it won't go beyond Beryl and myself until you give your permission.
I'm having a lot of trouble just accepting this. I don't want people to start pitying me.
I'm sorry, but we need to find the best ways to protect you. We need to detail why you need changes to the workplace.
You know, I got up this morning and everything I did. Go to the bathroom, take a shower, make breakfast. I just kept thinking, how will I do this if I can't use my legs? I'm sorry.
Don't be. I know it's hard.
Let's finish this.
Okay. This form has what we call the 6 W's. Who? I know that. So, where? Your workplace is the top floor of this campus. And there's no elevator for access if you were unable to walk?
That's right.
Now, when did you find out about your illness?
This is very clear.
So we hit the main point. Why is this a grievance? I pulled out the anti-discrimination clause from the collective agreement.
The company and the union agree that there shall be no discrimination, etc., with regard to any employee by reason of age, all the important others, or disability.
You wrote it, right?
No, it's from the national office, but I have had to use it more than once.
Do you think the clause is specific enough?
If we use the discrimination clause with the recent rulings from the Supreme Court, we might have something.
What kind of rulings?
Well, I got some information from the union training session. Basically, the court set up some tests that the employer must pass if they want to establish job requirements that don't discriminate, like B4s.
What's a before?
Sorry, bona fide occupational requirements. What's physically required for the job must be only what's absolutely necessary to do it.
Wouldn't actually getting to your class qualify?
Theoretically, you don't even have to be able to walk to move sheets of plywood in a warehouse. You could be given a forklift.
So, bottom line, the college would be hard-pressed to claim that climbing stairs was a necessary part of supervising a computer lab.
The tricky bit is this phrase right here, saying that the accommodation must be made up to the point of undue hardship.
Like financial pain?
The courts have been setting the standards pretty high. The cost would have to come close to destroying the college to be considered undue hardship. This looks like a grievance to me.
I think I'll go online and try and learn some more about multiple sclerosis.
I'll make a call to the staff people in the union. This is pretty new territory for me as well. I want to make sure I get it right.
Moving a brand new computer lab would be debilitating financially.
Well, we're not dropping this grievance. You can spend money trying to fight us, or you can use it to create a solution.
I'd just like to hear from Heather here why she can't accept our offer at Meadowvale.
Heather is a union member. I'm her steward, and I will be speaking for the union.
Look, Heather and I have been friends. I'm upset about this too. I'm trying to find a solution here.
We're talking about a union and employer relationship, governed by a collective agreement. The contract is quite clear that there will be no discrimination on the basis of disability.
You have to understand that I'm getting pressure from senior management about cutting costs.
I'm sure, but the college has a duty to accommodate.
I understand that as well as you do. But you know, I've been told that the Meadowvale solution would meet the duty to accommodate criteria.
Sure, that building is accessible, but this one isn't. Up until now, that hasn't been a problem. Now it is. The situation has come to light because of Heather, but it could have been a student. It's not just about one person.
This college has a deficit. The fact is, I've been told quite bluntly, there's no way we can do what you want.
Am I hearing you deny the grievance?
I'd really like to work something out, but you're blocking me at every step.
I think we're asking you to do some more homework. Show us some numbers, or suggest some other alternatives.
You'll have an official response from us within the time limits of the agreement.
I expect we'll be meeting again.
Heather, do you really want to cause the college so much trouble?
That was uncalled for.
I feel really badly about that.
Yeah.
I've always felt at the college that we're just colleagues working together. I hate this fighting.
Martha has her orders, so we need to be strong in our position, or they'll just do what they want.
It's these government cutbacks. They put everyone at each other's throats.
I agree, we have to fight them. But you still have to stick up for yourself.
So what happens next?
We wait for their response. But we both know they're going to deny the grievance. So then we move on to step 2.
I'm just overwhelmed.
Get some rest. Hey, I'm going to be meeting with some people in a community organization that deals with accommodation tomorrow. Do you want to come?
I've been thinking about checking out some groups. But it feels like I'd be admitting that this is really happening to me.
I understand. I just think they might have some ideas that could help.
Okay. I'll come.
So I think this stair lift is the answer. Heather agrees.
This device fits on the stairs. You drive the wheelchair on it and it lifts it up, right?
The people at the Community Living Society say that it's only a fraction of the cost of an elevator.
This sounds like a good long-term solution.
So, can I go and talk with Mrs. Nesbitt again before they actually deny the first step?
Why not just wait until the next step?
Then we'll have to deal with a different manager.
And that's a problem?
Yeah. Couple of things. First off, Mrs. Nesbitt isn't exactly a fan of the union. But I think she genuinely wants to help Heather. I figure she'll see this as something she can sell up the line.
And second?
I know the guy above her. He'll try and turn this case into a contest to try and score points on us. Having to deal with him at second, we can count on having to go to a third step.
Okay. The point of this process is to get a good result for the member.
I'll make the phone call tomorrow.
We think this could work. The old-fashioned main staircase is actually wide enough to take the lift.
And the society said there might even be government funding?
They told us about the program and gave us a sample application.
And this will meet your needs, Heather?
Yes, as far as I can tell right now.
So, you're willing to take the suggestion forward?
It seems like a very interesting proposal.
If we're going to reach a settlement on this, there would have to be a few understandings.
I'm sure.
It would have to be without precedent or prejudice. If Heather's circumstances change, we're not waiving any future rights.
And we'd have to ensure that it's technically feasible. But I think we can sort out the details if my superiors accept this.
You'll recommend it to them.
Of course. I told you. I want to solve this too.
The clock is running on the grievance procedure. Do you think you could get an answer before we have to go to step 2?
I'll do my best.
Looks like we might have a settlement here.
Well, this seems to be what we discussed.
It looks good.
They've even attached a rider detailing how they're going to get people to physically carry you downstairs in the event of a fire.
Does it look okay to you, Heather?
I was just visualizing being carried down the stairs in a wheelchair.
I'm sorry. I know it must be hard.
I was really hoping they'd move the lab downstairs. Had this dream last night about using the stair lift. Everyone in the college was lined up staring at me.
So, can you live with this?
If we accept the settlement, can I change my mind later?
No. Once the union accepts this, things can't change. Unless your condition changes.
If you need more accommodation later, we'll pursue it.
Okay. I realize that part of this is about me still not being able to come to grips with what's happening.
I'm just glad that we were able to make sure you could keep doing your job.
It's a victory you two forced the employer to make this accommodation.
I do feel we accomplished something. And not just for me, but for other people as well. Thanks. I mean that. Both of you.